Yo, your boy JYD checking in. Yesterday went insane, so I just want to shout out to all you guys that subscribed, commented, liked everything. We ended up getting 219 new subscribers yesterday. We are at over 4,500 subscribers, dog. So, man, shout out to y'all. Seriously, I cannot thank y'all enough, man. Thank you so much for everybody who has been joining in on this journey. We're almost to 5,000 subs, dog. A little bit less than 500 away. Y'all is the dopest. The video that really shot it off was the one about just giving advice to boxers who have started the game late and you think it's too late for you. So a part two of that is coming very, very soon. So shout out to you guys. So please, everybody, if you haven't, please subscribe, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are aware of every time that we post a new video on this channel. So live from the diaper room. We are shooting another video today, and it is talking about Zuffa Boxing and boxing leagues. And is it good for the sport of boxing? Very tricky question, but that's why we're talking about it today. Where do we start? I don't know what Zuffa Boxing fully is. In the sense of, yes, they're a boxing organization. Yes, they're new, but I don't fully know the ins and outs of their contract. I know that everybody has to wear fight uniforms from what I've seen. Am I a fan of that? To be honest, no, because everybody who knows me knows whenever I fight, my shirts and my shoes are custom made and they are expressive of what I want to express that night on the fight. Usually it's cartoons that I grew up on, anime, decent shows, concepts of thoughts and things that I have or whatever, but it's usually expressive of me. I know a lot of fighters also use their fight kits to express themselves as well as fighters so that you can get a deeper look inside of who that fighter is outside of just someone who fights people. So I know the uniform aspect is in play. I know maybe one or two people on a cool enough level who have signed with Zufa, but I don't ask people about their contracts. I don't ask people about what their contracts entail. So, and I'm not going to say those people who I'm cool with who are signed with Zufa because it's not my business to put that out there, even though they both have made it public. That they've signed with Zufa, that's still not my business, and I also wouldn't want Zufa to think that they've spoken to me about their contract or just not. No, because this is not that. I don't involve myself in people's pockets. So I don't know what their contracts look like. Everybody's contract looks different. Some fight contracts can sign you for a certain amount of fight. Some can promise you a certain amount of money. Some have bonuses in them. Some don't. Some have structural clauses where a promotion company can drop you at the drop of a hat or drop you if you get so many losses or whatever the case may be. I have no idea what Zufa contracts look like, so I'm not about to slander their contractual setups neither. Also, I'm not going to slander or badmouth anything about any promotion company. I'm just going to tell you from what I know or what I don't know. Moving on from the contracts, because I don't know what they look like and I don't really know what the money looks like. I know for a minute they were saying like, oh, fighters was going to be starting off some getting 10,000 per fight, and a lot of people thought that was a strange number or a low number. That's not a low number. Because of Floyd Mayweather and the top 1% of boxing, people think that boxers are rich and they're making some exuberant amount of money. We're not. If you are not that top 1%, you still have a 9 to 5 and you are working and you're making it happen while you're still fighting. That's not how that works. We all are not just swimming in money, and I hate that there's this huge misconception that all boxers and fighters are just swimming in money. No, we're not. $10,000 per fight, that's a damn good purse. And you still, truthfully speaking, are going to have to go to work with that as well. Depending on how many times you fight a year. A guy such as myself, typically I fight about 5 times a year, 4 or 5 times a year. So that's only on a high end 50,000, not including any sponsors or whatever else that might be due. But like strictly, that's 50,000 a year, which is a good living, which is a damn good living. I don't know how many people may have ever made 50,000 a year, but I've done that with a legal job, and I'm going to tell you, $50,000 a year is a damn good living. So, you know, that's nothing to sneeze at, especially doing something that you love. So if you're working a full-time job, let's just say your full-time job, you're making 50,000 a year, and then you got that Zufa contract right there, and you fight four or five times a year. That's another 40, 50 grand. That's 90,000 a year or 100,000 a year. It's damn good living. So I think people got this weird misconception of how that works. That's actually great living. So that's nothing to sneeze at, and I'm not even mad at that pay. Coming off of that, I know people have an issue who watch UFC with Dana White. If you're a fan of UFC and MMA, you have a problem with sometime from what I've been told about how Dana White handles money. Some people say that he has a gambling issue. I can neither confirm nor deny that because I don't know. So some people say a lot of it's not really a secret. A lot of UFC fighters say that they don't get paid what they think they deserve. So a lot of people feel like Dana White coming into boxing is going to make that happen as well. Like fighters don't get paid what they deserve. I can neither confirm nor deny that. But what I can say is the people who have been signing the Zufa, I can assure you, especially the big names that have been signing the Zufa, I can assure you they're not signing for small amounts of money because these guys are some pretty big names. Now, the guys that I know that have signed for Zufa, I can't say if they made what amount of money, but I can say that they appear to be happy, and I'm happy for them for that. I'm happy for them for that because they felt as though in that contract it met their requirements and their need, so they feel as though they're getting what they deserve, even if it's just for the moment. So I applaud that. Do I think fighters are going to have to fight the fights? Yes. In Zufa, I do believe the fighters will have to fight the fights because in UFC, the fighters do in fact fight the fights, and they fight them more than they do in boxing as well. So let's just be clear on that. I do believe that if you are signed with Zufa, you are going to have to fight the fights. Do I believe that you'll be moved smart? Yeah. But when the fans are clamoring for the fights, I do believe that Dana White is absolutely going to make the fighters fight the fights. And I do believe that that is a great thing. Not a good thing, but a great thing for boxers. But my only caveat with that is this. If you're going to make the fighters fight the fights, then damn it, give them the money that they deserve. If you got these two big names that the fans have been clamoring over, fighting and fighting, you need to absolutely pay them what they deserve. I have heard that in the UFC, if you have like the fight of the night or a mega performance, Dana White gonna cut you a check for a huge bonus. I have heard that. Now, is it certain instances? I don't know, but I'm saying I have heard that, and I applaud that. I think that's super dope. I'm a huge fan of that. I love that. Keep that going. Are they dealing with Riyadh season? I don't know, but I feel like at this point everybody's dealing with Riyadh season because Riyadh season is a major player in the game of boxing right now, and they are also cutting handsome checks. So Turki Al Sheikh and his team, mashallah, they doing what they gotta do. So hey, I'm not mad at you. Business is business, and I feel like they're making money all across the board, as they should be, What do I think about boxing leagues? I don't know. The TCL is a super dope concept, but it's like, one round, 2 rounds at a time, 1 round at a time, 2 rounds at a time, things like that. So that's not this form of boxing. But I think the leagues, people are always kind of saying like, oh, how NFL leagues and the NFL, NBA, NHL, things like that, like leagues and divisions and stuff like that, to make the best fight the fight, and then the best fight the best, and then I guess the top fight is kind of like a Super Bowl, NFL championship, Stanley Cup level fight where two guys come and clash and boom, 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 and then the bracket starts all over, and then the brackets is here and there. Do I think that's good for boxing? Yes, but again, it's different. But also, if y'all are going to do that, pay the fighters what they deserve to be paid for 110%. So I think the leagues are definitely, it could be a good thing, but like I said, you just gotta pay the fighters what they deserve to be paid. So I don't know. Everything has pros and cons, but I also hate that boxing even has to come to this. Whereas though we got to do these things to get the best to fight the best, man. Everybody tries to protect their O, and I hate that. Just fight the fights, and if you feel like you better than the guy, which every fighter always says, I know I'm better, and I don't, prove it. Fight him and prove it. Fight the next guy and prove it, dog. And if you don't feel like you're ready, get ready. Use your camps to get ready and do what you got to do to push yourself to that limit and be great and be brave and make the fight happen, dog. Bottom line. You know, is a lot of this stuff is so super tricky, man. A lot of this stuff is so super tricky and it's not clean cut. But always remember this as the fighter. As the fighters, 1 second, y'all. Y'all better cut it out. As the fighter, always know this. We really are the boss. Without us, none of the events happen, dog. None of the events happen. We can't, a promoter can't promote if there's nothing to promote. A venue can't sell out if there's nothing to sell. No one has ever said, oh man, I'm about to go to the Barclays to watch this huge event versus this promoter versus that promoter. No one's ever said that. They said, I'm going to the Barclays to watch this fighter versus this fighter. The fighter brings out the crowds. The fighters bring out the fans. We definitely need to be paid what we deserve. 100%. What we work hard for and earn. We should. But yes, the promoters also need to make their money. The promoters also need to make their money. The venue needs to make their money. The manager, if you have a manager, your manager needs to make his money, your team, etc. Boom. Everybody needs to be paid, but everybody needs to be paid justly. It needs to be just. Everybody's pay needs to be just. So with that being said, 1 second, sorry, gotta be a dad. I said cut it out. Molly, I'm not playing. Cut it out. Everybody's pay needs to be just. But with that being said, let me know what y'all thoughts are. If there's anything that I missed, please let me know in the comments so I'll backtrack, make another video and cover it. But yeah, I don't have nothing bad to say against any promotion company. Why? Because I don't know what their contracts be, and I don't get anything out of slandering nobody's name because I frankly don't care enough to do that. I just care about giving the facts that have been presented to me and what I know. And if I don't know something, I'm just going to simply say I don't know. Because I'm not here to lie and make up nothing on nobody's name. I don't care enough to do that. I'm just here to try to give straight, unbiased facts. Can I say Zufa is or isn't good for boxing? No, I can't because they're still so young. Zufa is a baby in the game. It's still so young. What can I say that's good or bad about it? I don't know enough yet. So in time, all of the answers and concerns that people have will come to the forefront. It'll come to the light and we'll see exactly what they're about. But to all fighters who have signed to Zufa, I commend you because you have you've signed a contract that to me it would appear that you are happy with. And that is all I care about. You feel like you're getting your just dues. And that's not just for Zufa. That's for DAZN, Matchroom, Top Rank, PBC, any other promotion company in the world, Salida, RDR, anybody. I don't care. Danny Garcia join, Cornflake join. I don't care who promotion company you sign to. If they are doing right by you, then good on them. If you signed that contract and you feel like it made the best sense for you, then good on you. And I love that so much for you, as well as I love that for the promoter because y'all can possibly benefit one another. So anything that I missed, please leave it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. I'll drop it in the next video. Please subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share, let me know your thoughts, and keep on building with me here on this channel, man. I love y'all so much, man. Live from the diaper room. Beautiful John, JYD, signing out. Peace.